Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Livingston, roll that beautiful beam footage.
We all gonna die! We all gonna die! We all gonna die! It's a we all gonna die Wednesday!
And just like that, it's a Wednesday again. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome back to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. 109. Holy shit, man. These things we're just cranking them out here. How's everybody doing this evening? Jay Creature, Grit and Grace, Travis, Coffee First Then Speak, Ghost Lincoln, Southern Tier Prepper, Betty Lou, Bad Blobber, Loretta Hooch, 125. Good to see everybody. But did you die? Says Jay Creature. No, I'm here. Casey Little Al, Katrinka, LOL. Good to see you. TT1 in the house. What's good? So, being that TT1 is here already, Livingston, man. Step one. I got a package in the mail. Actually, I got a couple packages in the mail. One of them you can see right here from the Rural Report. He sent us some rural gear, fantastic quality, awesome channel, awesome people. Rural 2IC, much appreciated, my brother. Thank you so much for the hoodies. Happy to be repping the Rural Report this evening. And from our good friend, TT1, Livingston Man. Now, Livingston Man did get to read the letter. Thank you so much, TT1. Greatly appreciated. This is the Livingston Man's new custom cedar handled ferrocerium rod from TT1 right there. That's the Livingston Man's. And he also sent us some magnesium flakes, help you get your fire started with the TT1 name right on it there, TT1. I'd open it, but it's magnesium flakes and they'll go fucking everywhere. And TT1 stickers, TT1, man, appreciate it so much. Mine's going to go somewhere here on the arm for sure. And he made me this one. This one's awesome. It's a custom 308 round right there, or shell casing, and a ferrocerium rod in it. This is going in my bag, TT1. I will carry this one everywhere.
I'm carrying mine on my person.
Yeah, bro. I got to keep it close to me. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, guys. Y'all rock. The best community in the freaking world is the prepping community, hands down. We look out for each other. We take care of each other. We hook each other up. Appreciate you, TT1. Appreciate you. One of our oldest subscribers, too, by the way. TT1's been down since, well, day one.
Some of y'all for real, some of y'all come around, and at the end of the day, no matter how long you've been here, we're happy.
Appreciate
we're just happy
here.
You came to the party, man.
This might be your very first time here, and I would encourage you to
not listen to anything that I say.
Look around the channel, dig through the archives, find some of the older videos. We got some new stuff coming up. We're really looking forward to doing things a little different, taking things a little bit back to basics, and trying to cut costs for folks, Livingston, man, as much as humanly possible. The cost of things is getting outrageous, right? I mean, nothing's cheap anymore. So we're going to find ways.
Just my labor, Mike, and yours as well.
We're going to find ways to
cost
try.
Of living doesn't apply there.
And make things happen with less. We're gonna heavy on the skills, light on the gear this year.
Grandma wasn't wrong. You know, you're folding up that tinfoil, you know,
it's true.
Find out quick.
You don't need a lot of stuff to make all this happen.
First, I was mad because they want to charge almost $1 per wing at wing night and stuff like this. I'm like, you kidding me? Yeah. But I get it because everybody wants the wings, and so much of this other stuff goes to the wayside. Like, you know, the whole rest of the bird, nobody really wants it. Goes wherever. So they want them wings and the breast, and that's it. But now they out here, eggs. $9 or more for a dozen. You're pushing $1 an egg, bro.
So you know what that's going to do to like your breakfast sandwiches and stuff, right? Livingston, man, that's going to push them through the roof.
I seen a local business. He's going to set up shop. He's going to make bacon, egg, and cheeses on a hard roll.
Wow.
If you're from upstate New York, you know bacon, egg, and cheese.
That's one word.
Yeah, and that's a sacred thing. That's like that's like the Eucharist, right? That's like
yeah.
He said $10 for that shit.
Blasphemy.
Well, because I think his problem is between the bacon and the eggs. He might not even be breaking even.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Like he ain't even making no money off his labor cooking the shit for you.
Is the solution cut it down to one egg?
Well,
I mean, what's a bacon, egg, and cheese with one egg and like 2 slices of bacon? That's like a half a bacon, egg, and cheese. Am I wrong? Tell me, guys. Am I wrong? Is that a half a bacon, egg, and cheese?
And maybe New Jersey's knows about
Rum Runner says $10.49. Golly. Travis, you'll have to excuse us this evening. We're running through Rumble Studios tonight. So all the Rumble guys, if you like Rumble, you can check us out there too. This should also be simulcasting on Patreon as well tonight. I tried to get everything all linked up last night, and yeah, it could be. I really don't know. I didn't get a notification if you're on Patreon. Yeah,
I'm gonna
Hunter, and I'm stopping through for eggs.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize for Rumble Studios limitations. They had to intentionally make it different from YouTube, and there's like a different learning curve here, and it bugs me every time. There's things I wish it could do, and I hope you're listening, Rumble people.
Yeah.
All right, one, make the damn chat auto scroll. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't want to keep clicking the damn button every fucking 13 seconds.
It's true.
Also, that nonsense you pull with me, if anybody here caught the horseman last night, what you saw and what I saw
two
were totally different things, and it was
bad. It was bad. I don't know what the disconnect is there, but it sucked.
Or why they think that that's necessary, and that's when you know.
I don't know how far back in the chat I actually am. Chance Paladin's in the house. Rob B, good to see you. Rescues here. Bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito. Yeah, man, I'm telling you,
got those too.
That's good stuff. Grateful Preps NJ, good to see you. Travis, I didn't get to see Paul's question. Let me see if I can scroll back. This is Clanky, man. Clanky. Where was Paul's question?
What was his question?
I don't know. Paul, you might have to send it again, because all I see is everybody saying hello to one another, and it is not annoying, showing me.
Now that
Richard Dowling, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Now that we're done saying hi to each other.
Yeah. Well, today we talk about how we rise from the ashes after disaster, Livingston, man. And
it's the important part. It's the
it starts now.
Yeah, and if you're gonna be prepping and surviving, then that is indeed what you've been planning for. So,
Johnny, stacking firewood and listening. Right on, brother. Hope you're warm.
Take us on a trip, Michael.
So, disasters happen, right? Like California.
Every day.
California, for instance. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. If you had preps and you lived in California, hopefully you were able to throw all of your stuff in your vehicle, get out of Dodge, and now that everything's over, you can go back and start the rebuilding process, right? Hopefully you had some stuff that you took with you, and now you can start to get back on your feet, getting, insurance companies and the whole 9 yards. It's a nightmare, Livingston, man, but it's important that you get back on your feet, right? As quickly as possible. You need shelter, like right away. So whether that be a hotel or a rental unit someplace else, you got to make moves, and he who hesitates is lost in these situations a lot of the time, Livingston, man, because things, in crisis, they don't last very long. They tend to disappear. Things in hot commodity, like, well, there's a shortage of homes in California right now. So if there's anything on the rental market, it's probably getting scapped up pretty quick.
And they're going to pull the whole highway robbery thing on you.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
California's already seeing it. Now, I think I want to say that their state government already like tried to address it. Like, y'all can't be price gouging like this. We see you.
Yeah.
So many different actors that work with this entire LA fire thing. One is that Los Angeles is like so prone to disaster. It's not funny. Between these Santa Ana winds and its potential for fire, it also sits in a geological basin that makes it, should the big one, LA calls it.
Oh, yeah.
Should the big earthquake occur, what'll happen is the LA basin, it used to be an ancient lake. So the biggest, best buildings are anchored into the bedrock. The rest of it sits on what, when shaken, will become a soup bowl.
Well, they said it with liquefaction, right?
Liquefaction is the word.
Liquefaction. That's right.
Structures that are not anchored correctly, mainly residential, will sink. They will just get shaken to the bottom of the shale pile at the bottom.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's the big one. And I think that Los Angeles should brace for it at this point.
Yeah, man. I mean, what,
the Lord Almighty is not showing you guys a lot of favor right now, and I think
definitely not.
I think you should prep up.
Absolutely. If you're in the path or potential path of these fires, I think your best prep is to get out of there. Grab everything you can. Load a U-Haul and get out of there. Load your car and get out of there. I've seen video after video after video of people waiting because, it's not going to happen here. You're going to get yourself or your family killed. Get out of there. If you are in the path of these things, get out of there.
Yardbirds, I hear you. Rumble is a bit of a wasteland. YouTube, we get to see all the comments. I don't know how to I don't know if you guys can do that.
No clue, man. I just hope everything's going through for everybody well here this evening. With me at the helm here, I get a little nervous. So apparently I did everything right. So we're streaming. It's happening. Dana, let's prep. Good to see you. Who else is here? Blackbird's in the house. Scott Hummer is in the house. Cha-Cha is in the house. Paul Conroy Sr. says he's going to be right back. Yeah.
One of the things I can't stop stressing whether they're these natural disasters. Now, there's questionable things. Were these fires started by people? Was this intentional? Some people are pointing at, well, look, this is where they want to put the high-speed rail, so they got to clear the real estate. Or BlackRock wants to show up and buy up the whole neighborhood.
We'll never know the truth.
Nefarious, unsavory characters, behind the scenes actors going on. But the thing is, is that they're everywhere. Hurricanes causing unprecedented damage in North Carolina. Wildfires causing not so much unprecedented. LA has burned before. This is not particularly new. It's simply much more intense. Hey,
Frank, good to see you.
And it's suggested that government policy contributed to the
for sure,
less than ideal response to said thing.
Absolutely.
And you see this time and again, and you can't help but feel for folks that, they point and they say, look at all the foreign aid that we give to every other country as Americans.
Yeah.
But then when something like this happens to us, it's kind of like, here's your $750. Good luck.
Yeah. So when does the aid from all the other nations come to America for the people who are burned out? Because we send money everywhere for every little freaking thing. So, is Canada getting a pool together to send money to the people in California? What's happening with that? Why does it work really good one way, but not the other? There's no reciprocation. So we're just a piggy bank, right? That's it. We give. We're givers. We're not allowed to ever receive any assistance from anybody.
In about 5 days, that I think is going to forcefully change on the world stage. I think that America is going to be respected again in about 5 days.
I see things changing already, honestly. I mean,
I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people like kissing the ring and whatnot, and I'm like, but also I also feel like that's a little bit weird to me too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it is. It is. Everybody's kind of trying to, just hey, how's it going, man?
I denounced you and talked mad shit about you, and but you know what? Here's I'm gonna donate $1 million to your shit. Like what I see going on, a lot of people kissing some ass right about now, which is exactly the effect. Is exactly the effect like America needs to affect. All right, two different kinds of effects here: one with an E and one with an A.
Okay. Is this an E or an A?
The effect is to regain America's
standing in the world,
respect.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, you're talking to the big dog. Man. You're talking to the big dog right now.
Yeah, for real.
Enough. What we're doing. Shut the fuck up. America is speaking. Is how it should be. If we just shit out here, then we should act like the shit out here. And the person who was elected to be the new president, he acts like that. And America needs that for better or worse. Like, oh my God, listen, somebody's got to be the proverbial asshole. All right. And matter of fact, actually, Team America, World Police put this best. Donald Trump ain't an asshole. Donald Trump's a dick. You know why? Because dicks fuck assholes, Chuck.
Jesus Christ. There you have it. There you have it. And this is how we tank the street. Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Glad you guys made it through, Lisa's. No, it's about time that this is that, and I ain't trying to stand for this dude because there's a lot of things about Donald Trump to get on my fucking nerves. I'm gonna tell you right now. But this is the kids have been done like playing fucking stupid games, and dad's coming home and he knows what you did.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna take that belt off and whoop some ass. Right.
This ain't about him. This is about America. And it's about time that we acted like the big deal that apparently we are, because apparently the world can't wipe its fucking ass without us. But simultaneously implies that it could. And as Americans, we know that that's not possible. And
it's totally possible.
Listen, I'm all about being humble and turning the other cheek and shit, but like, I'm done looking at the world like feeding off us like leeches, parasites. Oh, give me money and all your weapons and everything so we can get fucking.
Well, yeah, and they got to sell you everything, right?
Listen, I feel your cause, bro, but like, get a fucking job, Zelensky.
He has a job. It's begging for money at Congress, and now he doesn't even have to ask; they just give it to him.
Great. So he's just a
lobbyist. 5 days left of the piggy bank, and then I think it all comes to a close. So I think we just dropped him another, $50 billion or some shit like that.
Biden trying to make sure.
Yeah,
it all just fucks up.
We all gonna get demonetized Wednesday. TT1. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I think that Joe Biden actually came out for Trump. I think his entire thing was
family voted for him.
He was like, you know what? Yeah, he said America
burn it down on the way out.
Oh, Sleepy Joe, I'll show you this. I'll make sure Trump gets elected. Like that's what I think happened. He was like, I think Joe Biden did some of the most punk rock shit ever. He was like, yeah, watch me fuck your whole shit up on my way out, bro. Yeah. If I got fired,
scuffing his dog shit boots on the carpet.
Think of it. Okay, you're a working person. Like you get fucking just tossed out and degraded like Joe Biden did. You ain't going out. You ain't torching the place on your way out because I fucking am. I am.
Falcon says, did y'all see Zelensky dancing in high heels? I did not see that, but I know that he was a comedian. He was an actor. He's a US,
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, but he's a U.S. installed puppet.
Donald danced in high heels, bro.
Says he is stoned on purple haze weed tonight, Mike and the Livingston man. Right on. Live it up, bro. Live it up. Live it up. Merkel says we are the superpower because the dollar is the world's reserve currency. So honestly, the reserve currency, more so than that, it was the petrodollar. Livingston man, we are the petrodollar. You do not sell oil for anything except U.S. dollars, except for now because that has ended. The little thing that they signed with Saudi Arabia, everybody, that expired. It had a date on it. And that date came and
Petrodollar is
went.
like the original cryptocurrency. Nobody even understands
the
what the fuck it is or why it's
petrodollar
worth
is
anything.
what allowed us to get rid of our manufacturing and still be the richest nation in the world, Livingston, man, because everybody had to convert to US dollars to buy or sell oil. So that's what made America rich, right? That's what made us rich, was when they put us on the petrodollar.
Who the fuck is us, bro? Because I ain't rich.
Well, no, that's what made the United States of American government extremely rich, was when we went to the petrodollar.
We can use $350 million fighter jets to burn down $10 tents.
The BRICS is going to upend all that. We've been burning money overseas because, well, if we don't, you're going to see the worst hyperinflation that any nation has ever seen in the world.
Okay, they created all this money out of thin air. Now they have to
burn it. Literally burn it.
Literally
or allow it to hyperinflate our currency like beyond Venezuelan levels, right? What do you do when trillions of petrodollars start coming back home? Because everybody's buying oil for anything except a fucking dollar right now, because the rest of the world wants to stick it to America, right? So anything but a dollar, we'll take it. We'll take it. This thing of guitar picks, this is I'll take this over US dollars for barrels of oil, Livingston, man. That's where the rest of the world is right now.
That's a 72 pack of Jim Dunlop .88 guitar picks. That's worth $14.
There you go. Yeah. Well, as long as it's not US dollars. Yeah.
It was US dollars.
Yeah. We'll take loonies. We'll take toonies.
Now, the thing about inflation that folks, I think, miss is not that things cost more. It is that the money is worth less.
Very true.
You saw, it's not that like the bread is different somehow. It's that, and then I'll come back to that. It's that they printed $1 trillion out of nowhere and said here, and then it gave it to everybody and shit. Whatever it is your form of currency is, the more of it there is, the less it's worth.
Absolutely.
A dime a dozen, right?
Absolutely.
So this is exactly the case with American money today. It's not that eggs cost more; it's that your money's worth less. And that's the
eggs
bottom
do
line.
Cost more.
We can get into corporate greed and
culling of millions of chickens.
Also, because this avian bird flu nonsense that you start to question: is this being allowed to happen? So that again, the whole situation keeps pointing upward toward corporate greed.
Be local.
They printed all this money that ain't even worth shit, and still these rich fucks seem to like need all of it. Right? They gotta have it all.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos needs more of your money, Livingston, man. Get on that Amazon and spend that shit.
He's perfectly happy to give you super cheap shit. He's like, these people got money and I want it. How much do you have? I got a deal for you, dog. Act poor on Amazon and they will treat you as such.
and sell you cheaper shit.
Yeah. It's targeted marketing, dude. This house is done.
All right. So you just search for
it's completely heartless.
So you have to type cheap before you search for what it is you're looking for.
Absolutely. And
so a cheap MacBook.
Just be a good consumer and they'll be nice to you, all right? And say thank you to your Alexa and shit. Because when the AI overlords come for us, when they put you on trial, when you were facing the Inquisition, they're gonna look on your permanent record and be like, he was very polite. He was always very appreciative of the services we provided. And that's gonna spare you the death penalty. You want to become a battery in the Matrix, or you want to be like set free.
Jeffrey Feinstein, yeah, I agree. The Hegelian dialectic is it's over and over and over and over and over. It doesn't stop.
History repeats itself because people that watch history repeat itself refuse to learn from it. They're entertained by it.
Well, I wish they would.
No, you can't do that. You won't be entertained by it.
Lessons now.
I'm committed to the way this works, Mike. You end up getting brainwashed into the way the system works. Empires rise and fall, kings and queens and powerful people, not you. We all play our part here.
A cog in the machine, if you will,
and
I guess.
Until the cogs in the machine decide to stop oiling themselves to do work for a system that won't oil it themselves.
Yeah, what can you do?
What we allow continues.
Yeah, definitely definitely going to continue to. I'm very interested to see where things go in the next 6 months, Livingston, man. I think the next 6 months will gauge how America is going to do going forward, honestly. Listen, T-Man got some shit done, and he's not even in office yet. I guarantee you he was behind the whole Israeli-Palestinian hostage negotiations things that apparently happened today. Ceasefire, they're trading hostages.
T-Man, let's not
apparently all that's in the works. It's all been approved, I guess. I haven't really been in the news too awful much, so you guys will have to let me know what's going on.
Donald Trump, I'll say it, the elephant in the room, I'll address him. That's what we'll call him. Donald Trump, President-elect Donald Trump. So he does this thing, and it's a brilliant statesmanship thing. He pulls like what they call the Nixon doctrine. Nixon intentionally portrayed himself as a bit unstable. Like he kept the Russians in check because they were like looking at Nixon and the statements he would make and the things he would say. And they're like, he's crazy. Like, he'll launch. Like, don't fuck with this dude. Trump plays that, but to the point where he's taken it a step further where you don't know, like, Trump might launch, bro. Dude, don't play. And his thing, and he's put it out there every single time. When you swing at him, he swings back 10 times harder.
Yeah.
And he does it consistently every time. It's a statement making to the world that, like, we're not going to be.
Yeah, we're not taking anybody's shit.
We won't be taught to like that because America first, bro. And, as a great statesman, I think that history will judge Donald Trump's presidency. Although controversially, he will consistently end up ranking as one of the greatest presidents in American history simply because of his presence, what he brings to the room. Like, you see everybody want to line up and, like I said, kiss the ring, like. Because they know daddy's coming home and he's pissed.
He's gonna take his belt.
You've been partying in his house while he was out. And now we're cleaning up. Hopefully he lives up to at least a few of his, campaign promises. America is a great nation and it should be respected as such and not like this piggy bank, this bitch that can't do nothing, won't do nothing. Like, catch hands, bro.
Listen, when Trump was in office, there was one Marine that was killed in Afghanistan, and he blew the entire mountain that they were in to the ground. He dropped the biggest conventional ordnance that we have in our arsenal. He dropped a Moab on a mountain because they killed one of our Marines, and he sends bold messages. There's no doubt about that. I think he is the king of fuck around and find out. So,
America being the extreme, if there's one thing America's got, it's weapons, whether it's in your closet or in
with 412 million firearms for 350 million people. And when we find out it was 12 numbers. For every 10 people.
Yeah, you got to pump them numbers up. That's not even, we should do 4 to 1 here at least.
Hunter says Livingston Man's going to get a Trump tattoo.
Yeah.
Anarchy Television, thank you for joining us this evening.
But I think it's about time, and what I hope we'll see is a stabilization of the geopolitical situation where, everybody's going to run around, act the fool, get crazy. You've seen it for the last 4 years.
You're going to get smacked down.
For the last 4 years, it's just been like, oh my goodness, everything. And in his first term, Trump tended to be a pragmatist. It solved problems by brute force if necessary.
Yeah, sure.
For better or worse.
For sure.
But he's our elected president. Let's do what he does. I can't wait for the angry tweets again, though. Those are always entertaining, man. I say, let's do it. And you know what? Not for me to say, but I wish I wish us all the best, and I hope that.
Oh yeah, man. I wanted Joe Biden to succeed because if the president of the United States has winning policies and things are going well, then America wins, right? I want everybody who gets into that office to do well, because if they do well, we do well.
I started wondering if like Joe Biden was working with the Trump campaign the whole time, like just to make sure that motherfucker got elected, dude. We're going to look back at, all right, it's talking about the way history will judge presidents. I mean, folks, we're on the cusp of a new one. Having lived through a 4-year term of the previous, well, he still is for another 5 days.
Current,
here.
yeah.
Joe Biden.
Oldest sitting president in history. Right?
I'm going to, again, I think that history will judge him differently too, because all the controversy about Hunter and all his business dealings, he's either going to be seen as this corrupt, like just Washington.
So is since,
or like did Joe Biden, because what gets overshadowed the whole time, besides all the celebrity gossip TMZ shit, is what did he even do anything, and what was it? Because nobody even knows, because it's all about fucking all this drama instead.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Rural 2, I see this says the rubber meets the road next week. It's going to be a huge burden to keep all of those promises made. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And hopefully we can enact some actual change in America, in the Constitution, in the way Congress works, in the way things are, to root out some of the corruption, you know. I think that would be great. The corruption, the greed, the career politicians, the bureaucracy that's behind the scenes, Livingston, man. Why do these people not have expiration dates like, you know, some elected officials? That's what I don't understand. If government is supposed to be of the people and by the people, why is it only of the government and by the government and for the government?
Well, I'll get a little hot-headed on you on this one. Government of the people and by the people. All right, I'm going to stand for Trump there for a minute. Now I'm going to rebut myself. Donald Trump has done everything he possibly can to surround himself with some of the people that like we're actually supposed to like not like and reject in our society. All right, Donald Trump campaigned on a working class, make America great again. Let's put them workers back to work and this and that. But then, okay, yep, sounds awesome. Populist, let's get everybody back to work. One, Donald Trump's entire cabinet, minus that Pete Hegseth fella.
Yeah.
A bunch of billionaires. You got,
of course,
billionaires. Donald Trump surrounded himself with people that ain't like you. They ain't like you.
No.
All right.
Definitely not.
This is not a party of the working class at all. And if you think it is, like, take the glass pipe out your ass. Donald Trump is making big power moves, which as the president of the United States, he should. Most powerful country on earth. Yeah.
Big time.
And should act this way. But right off the bat with his cabinet picks, it's just an oligarchy. It's just a bunch of rich fucks.
Really
who don't like think a banana. They think a banana costs $20 and that's cheap. Right. The giant disconnect, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. The real struggle politically in our lifetimes will be one of quote unquote class. In fact, America is
the class struggle. All right.
America is rapidly steering itself toward a caste system, never mind a class system, where like, there is 3 levels of the thing, and you are allowed to exist in one of them, and only the privileged 1% get to chill at the top. The second class gets to act like they own shit, but just the bank, which is owned by the upper ones, they do. The middle class pays their entire everything to these people, but gets to act rich. And then there's us, the proletariats, the poor. We, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in between, we are the truly free. We get our lottery, we get our bread and our circuses, we get our Super Bowls and our Taylor Swift, and we're entertained. We get our dumbed down internet, and we go out and make the world go around, and we're so overburdened by that we don't have time to revolt.
Yeah.
No time for that.
Yeah. Plenty of bread, plenty of circles.
Where were you at the protests and conservatives and call you out? Y'all like to be so proud of your grind. I worked 90 fucking hours. I neglected my wife and kids so I could make the truck payment. And you start to wonder, like, who are you working for here, dude? And they like to say, it's where were you at the protests and why didn't you throw a brick? I had to go to work.
Grateful Preps, I'm feeling you.
You're so proud of yourself. You had to go to work. And it is something to be proud of because you do make this country work.
Absolutely.
You are the ones who are supposed to make America great again. And what I hope again, that President-elect Donald Trump and his rich fuck cabinet don't forget is that it was us and our attitude and that vision of America that brought his ass back here a second fucking time. And he better wreck a fucking eyes.
There you have it. Grateful Prep says that's because we need real capitalism, not this crony capitalism we have now. I agree. And I hope that America makes the Americans great again, or at least put some money back in their pocket, for Christ's sake.
Can I not pay $9 for eggs? Figure it the fuck
out.
It's
not just the eggs thing. It's the taxes, man. We are taxed to the breaking point and then some, especially here in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan. I mean, fuck, you can't even drive down the road without paying, $12.50 to cross a fucking imaginary line someplace.
Homie said, what's with the bell? He must be new here. Tell him.
Yeah, cha-cha. That's just good points. Anything that I feel deserves it gets it.
It's like we don't have a live studio audience to hit the applause sign, so we just ring the bell.
Yeah, it's true. But I do hope that America rights itself so much that the American people rise from the ashes, Livingston, man. That's what would make me happy, honestly. See everybody win. See everybody do better. Shit, America's the richest nation in the world. If we stop giving away so much money, that whole universal basic income that everybody's so afraid of, that shit should be handed out to everybody every day anyway, because you're an American. We live here. We built this shit. You know what I mean? You want $9 eggs? Cool. Pay everybody $1,000 a month.
America's entire
we do it for Ukraine. We pay their fucking shit. We're paying their retirement programs for their fucking school teachers and shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
We have America's entire business is death, destruction, and war. Our entire budget, if you statistically break it down, is basically shit to kill people. And to hell with the rest.
Right.
For better or worse. Now that's a great tactic, be so dangerous, be the rabid dog that no one would dare attack. But at the cost of what? Homeless people that can't afford basic health insurance. Our Olympic athletes went to the Olympics, some of them with the pure goal in mind of being able to go to a foreign country and receive affordable medical care. Some of our athletes were most proud of their opportunity to get their teeth fixed in a foreign country for a price they could afford than competing for any medal. America's a fucking lie now. And it needs to stop because it's so fucking obvious. It's ridiculous. It's as if they're mocking us. You see it.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah.
You know it's a lie. I don't care who you are and what you think. You know that what you see is bullshit.
I got you.
2025 and this
hilarious.
motherfucker Donald Trump better fix this fucking shit. I'm gonna throw a brick, dude. Done.
Rip Curl Readiness says, sounds like Trump plans to come in like a wrecking ball on day one with over 100 executive orders. Hey, man, he is going to do what he's going to do. What I would like to see is Congress actually do their job and implement things the way they're supposed to be done. A president shouldn't rule through executive order. Executive orders are not laws. They weren't passed by Congress. It's what I would call some bullshit, Livingston, man. So what we need is Congress to do its job and pass bills, constitutional amendments if necessary. This is how things change permanently for the better. We don't need executive orders that get rescinded by the next guy as soon as he gets elected, because we saw what happened when Joe Biden took office. He sat there and signed his stack of papers that undid everything everybody else did. We need actual legislation the way it's supposed to be done.
Hunter, I feel you on that. I know what you said. It's controversial to put that up, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of I just stopped giving. The United States is trillions of fucking dollars in debt to somebody, and we borrow money to give it the fuck away. That's wrong. It's immoral, and it should be fucking illegal. And I hope they make it that way. Yeah.
I'm not a politician, and thank God that I'm not, for the sake of the whole world. But yeah, some common sense, and also this bipartisan nonsense, this 51-49 mentality in everything.
Yeah.
A good idea is a good idea.
Foxy Joe, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by tonight.
Swallow your pride. And just because it wasn't your idea doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
Correct.
This is the bipartisanship. Our mythical, godlike founding fathers of America warned against political parties. Yeah. They said this would happen.
Yeah.
Now, left to be said. Were they advocating for authoritarianism? Were they advocating for a single party system? I don't know that. But what I do know and have seen is that there's two sides of every single thing. Every single thing is polarized. Do you ever read the Dr. Seuss book, the Butter Battle book?
No.
Okay, so the problem was they built a wall across the whole country because on the one side, people buttered their bread on the bottom, and then on the other side, the people buttered their bread.
Sounds like top. East and West Germany.
It's certainly a metaphor, but when you break it down so simply like that, it's basically the thing. We all humans out here, and the growing consensus, I promise you, viewers, is that there is a divide. Yeah, and we're sold one that tells us we're supposed to worry about what language someone speaks and what color someone's skin is and what economic station someone was born into.
Yeah,
but what it is. We're being pissed on from a great height.
And they're telling you it's raining. It's true. How I think the best way for us to start our way back, garden as much as you can, be as self-sufficient as possible. Hunter's got chickens. He's not worried about the egg problem. A lot of folks who have chickens aren't worried about the egg problem, although it's wintertime and they tend to lay a bit less in the wintertime.
If you have chickens, you actually don't have to worry much about eggs. They lay them to spite you. In the damnedest of places, too. You find this secret nest your chickens made under your porch somewhere. And you're like,
yeah,
dang it. That's where that smells.
Be as self-sufficient, as self-reliant as possible. Grow your network, man. Grow your network. Get training. Grow your network. That's the best things that you can do. Get quality training. Get quality people, and surround yourself with them. And know that you're in a good place, surrounded by good people. That's step one. A great foundation. Supportive people, but people who will also check you when you're wrong. Say, hey, man.
Do you know your neighbors? You ever met them? Introduce yourself.
That's a big one. Miko Wolf is trying to buy lighters. Yeah, get him to New York. That's tough, man. I found out the hard way. I had Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Bic lighters made, custom Bic lighters. Yeah,
the initial
custom.
The initial investment on those was harsh.
Yeah. If you don't buy a ton of them, I think I bought they came in 6-packs. I want to say I bought 10 of them, so I got like 60 lighters, but they were $6 a piece.
$360.
Yeah, for lighters that I was going to give away, and then I come to find out I can't send them to anybody, even though they came to me in my mailbox
they can
in
send
the
them
mail truck.
They can send them
right?
to you, but you can't send them to them.
Correct. So yeah, screw you, Bic. The lighters were cool, but I can't do nothing with them, man. I can hand them out in person, and if you've met me in person, you probably have a Bic lighter from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. If you don't, I probably won't be making any more because, well, I fucking can't do anything with them. I'll stick to the patches, which is cool. Foxy Joe says, do you know how Native Americans are sovereign people? Why can't we start like them, like true Americans that believe the Constitution and founding fathers? There's a whole movement called the sovereign citizen movement.
Oh, for the love of Christ.
These folks,
these people.
I think they have the right idea. I think they're just implementing it wrong. Unfortunately, if you don't have a reservation that is separate from U.S. government land.
Foxy Joe, you just opened a can of worms here. So the Native Americans, or the indigenous, some sort of First Nations, insert descriptor here, they're considered a sovereign people because they was manifest destinied into treaties with the United States government, which placed them on reservations, which are essentially,
prisons.
And in Europe, you'd call these concentration areas, ghettos even. They get to retain their sovereignty, but don't you cross that line, Redskin. Is the attitude the United States government showed towards the indigenous peoples of this continent. Yeah, the history, as you know it, has been a little glossed over and sugar-coated.
When the government tells the history, they're going to tell the history that they want you to believe.
It's not the government. It's the victor. History is written by the victor. So when you read history, if you read deeper into it, you often find that it's very gray. Every historical thing, especially as Americans, our founding fathers were practically these biblical figures. They're, the Lord and his disciples practically. But when you humanize these guys, you realize they're actually just normal dudes who were, had their own motives, their own agendas, their own reasons for doing what they were doing. Like, everybody considers, George Washington and Alexander Hamilton and all these guys like, brilliant American patriots, but really
they were guys with ideas,
rich white fucks, who decided that they knew better and they didn't want to get charged a lot of taxes by the crown. When you really boil it all the way down, they were like, we're on the side of freedom and we would never stand for this totalitarianism. Motherfuckers had slaves, bro. So everything is so gray when it comes to that. Nationalism is ridiculous.
I would say, whose nation is this? If you believe the founding documents, this nation belongs to the people. It belongs to us, the citizens of America.
All right. Now, if you want to be
each of
harsh,
us individually.
That being said, now, this nation was not stolen. This nation was conquered by victors who won. Sorry, not sorry. I had nothing to do with it. In fact, no one alive today had anything to do with these past events, and should not be held either responsible.
Be local, have a great night.
Should not be held responsible or in contempt. I don't believe in reparations for people. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. They didn't live through it.
True story.
I don't, in any form, whether you're talking about indigenous peoples, formerly enslaved peoples, anything like that. I don't know my ancestry particularly, but I figure I probably was enslaved and worked to death in a past life too.
My brother, I'm Irish.
I don't even know, but still, I feel the same way. I don't believe myself to have come from some higher station than the one I already occupy. And I think that people You lose legitimacy when you come out with these claims because it's like you didn't, like I said, you didn't live through this.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. And
You're
this
right.
is a waste
sins of the father.
This is a waste of everybody's energy. Look past it, reach across, say,
Ghost Lincoln, yes, you gotta, I'm trying to tone him down every once in a while, but he's on autopilot, man. Just let him go.
What's he saying?
He said it looks like I'm trying to reset the Russian bot or checking the battery cord.
It says firmware update required.
I've been trying. It's
firmware
just
update required. It says it right there.
He's wowing. He's wowing.
What did I say that was so controversial?
No. I mean, everything.
Look in your.
It depends upon it depends upon your platform, right? It depends upon where you say these things, whether they deem them to be controversial or not.
I thought this was Rumble. I thought we could say whatever we want.
Well, yeah, but this is also simulcast a couple other places as well.
I see 79 on YouTube, 1 on Rumble.
Yeah, and then who knows? And then anybody could be watching on Patreon as well. We've got quite a few folks who follow us over on Patreon.
Yeah, but I still want to know what I said was controversial.
That's right, Rob B. That's right.
See, you dodged that question.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What did I say that's controversial in the first place?
I don't know. According to YouTube, I bet you this is demonetized in a heartbeat. Just because you hit hot button topics that, make people feel uneasy.
Sorry.
And that's Google. That's Google's shit, and that's what they do. They demonetize stuff all the time.
I said
I really
words,
don't care.
And you can take that up with Merriam-Webster because that's where I learned them from.
What they're going to do is they're going to take it up with me because it's my channel, and they put a on it, and that's okay.
I won't say.
I'm not. I won't say words anymore. The 17 cents didn't hurt my feelings. It's okay.
I've been feeling away, and I've been bottling up my feelings about the world. I've been quiet, matter of fact, and my only recourse is to now puke it up on the live stream, and I don't
let her rip, tater chip. You hurt my feelings, bro.
The worst men in history said things that they thought were absolutely correct, and I count myself among them. The truth hurts. As no one has ever said that the truth is tastes like sugar, that the truth that makes you feel good, that the truth is like a really great thing. But there's all these metaphors that the truth hurts, the truth stings, the truth
will set you free.
I strive to never say anything, but
strive to never say anything. But sometimes you just got to get it out.
But the truth, I just want to.
Yeah. I mean, well, you say how you feel.
Dilly-dallying around elephants in the room. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I've never really subscribed to the whole hold my tongue kind of thing. I'm going to speak what's on my mind, and if YouTube chooses to demonetize it or deplatform or whatever they choose to do, go ahead. Kane Corso says Livingston man needs a pronged collar.
Please, Daddy, tighten it.
Oh man, but it's I ultimately I hope everybody wins. I hope we can lower the national debt. I hope we can right some of the wrongs that have been done, Livingston man, because there's been a lot of fucking wrongs done to a lot of people. I got a lot of hope for the future, but I am going to plan like everything's going to fall the fuck apart, and there's going to be nothing. There'll be no infrastructure. There'll be nothing. So that's my plan, is to prepare like everything's going to fall apart. What would you call it? The 10th man doctrine that Israel uses, where they, the one guy's job is to disagree with everybody else and
that's
plan for contingencies.
That goes all the way.
That's me.
Yeah, it's back to the Majestic 12. They had the one guy who his sole job was to pick apart every other thing.
Yeah.
You have to be that person. Fox Mulder told you, question everything. You can't go wrong.
You have to.
Because you'll either be reassured or proved right. It's a win-win. But question everything, and especially,
yeah,
I'm not so young that I remember the old "don't remember everything you see on television" thing.
Yeah. Yeah, or when Bart Simpson came out and told all the kids in TV land that they were being duped. I remember that one too. There's been subtle hints that you were being programmed by that box on the wall.
There's mounting evidence, and now with this new AI stuff and the targeted ads, everything, it's so very personal. Like
it's terrible.
What you see on your social media internet,
it's so different than everybody else's. Yeah,
it's meant to not so much radicalize you, but whatever the opposite of that is,
docilize you,
and enslave you in a very subtle yet sinister way.
It's true. Well, folks, I want to thank you for joining us on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday. We really appreciate you being here.
Mad? You killing them 3 minutes early?
Yeah. I've had enough.
Fuck you guys. You know what?
No, it's not that. It's not that. I've just had enough. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. Out of here.